started raining on me.
Stars turning blue. A fire we had frozen. Eyes waking up. We got some living to do.
All right, so we're back in the shop today, and we have a really, really cool. It's not really a mod, but it's kind of like maintenance or just a really cool product to work with today. So this is from Black Magic Brakes. I don't want to show my address too much. This is from Black Magic Brakes. If you've been on the Jeep forum, you've probably heard of Mr. Blaine, and that dude knows his stuff. And so if you go on their website, they have all sorts of really cool brackets and really cool brake accessories. But what I really, really, really wanted to get from him was this. This is a pack of replacement Nutserts. Most people know, if you've ever tried to service your Jeep, these bolts that hold your skid plate on under here, they suck. They just suck. So what's really cool is Mr. Blaine went out of his way to find these beefy Nutserts, and I paid a little bit extra to get his Nutsert setting tool. You can do it without this, with just a bolt and a nut, but he includes this like special bearing, so you don't start spinning the Nutsert, you don't strip it out. So this was like 30 bucks, but I think it's probably worth it, because if you mess one of these up, you have to go and order another one, or just order a whole nother kit, and I didn't want to deal with that, so it's worth it to do it right the first time. This is just going to be such good preventative maintenance for the future. I am actually debating just building a transmission cross member, so in the future, if I need to get under there, I can just pull out the skid real quick, and I don't have to worry about supporting the trans, because it'll be on its own cross member. It's not really crucial to do at this point. I can always do it at some other point, but these are going to be a big step in bringing this Jeep back to life. So I'll show you what we're currently working with. This is probably going to be a familiar sight to most people. So under here, this is one of the most common places for rot to form on these frames, just because there is no airflow or water management in the middle section here where the skid plate is mounted. So here's what the factory Nutsert looks like. Here's what it looks like removed. But you can see all this scale and rust that I have here. So I'm actually going to start by cleaning that up. And then I'll show you guys how I'm going to go about getting those out of there.
Never gonna give it up, never gonna let you go. It's all been waiting for you. Never gonna give it up, never gonna let you go. We got some living to do. Good day, good day.
So I totally forgot to film it, but there was a big rust chip plate thing here. It kind of looked like this one here. And this is how these frames rust. It literally chips. Just kind of so bizarre. I don't know if that's normal for sheet metal, but I'm gonna see if I can clean up under there real quick and see what the metal looks like. So it does look like we have clean metal under there, so that's a really good sign. And I do think that was a rust chip out of the frame. That's so bizarre. Looks like there's a perfect circle right there. I wonder if that, I'm kind of wondering if that piece of metal that fell off was part of this skid plate and not the frame. Well, we'll see what this guy over here does. Let's see if I can hit that with a hammer or a chisel or something. Yeah, see, there we go. Well, I mean, other than that, we're looking pretty freaking good. So once you knock these little Nutserts into the frame, at least that's how I did it, you can see they kind of just like crumble into nothing, and you're left with the threads. Looks like this one was actually in really good shape, but like this one, it actually looks like someone left the threads in there. It's so weird. But to get these out, what I did was I used a magnet on a stick. This one is, I mean, you don't need like this length, but this one is like extendable, and then you can bend it. So all I did was reached into like the big holes on the frame here and just pulled them out. These are magnetic, so bam, no big deal at all. Just pull those right out and you're free to go. So I'm actually not going to be putting the new Nutserts in today because I'm going to be doing a full restoration on this frame, and that's going to be a whole separate video, maybe even a couple videos. But the basically the inside of your frame is a flat surface, obviously, and then your Nutsert is just going to stick up in there. And so I don't want to put the new Nutserts in and then damage them when I go to scale the inside of the frame. So it's like not just being precautious. It doesn't have to happen, but I'd rather just take my time and do this correctly. And I'm a big detail guy, so I want to pay attention to that type of stuff. And also, it's going to help to have these holes exposed. It'll just help me get stuff out of there. I can, you know, I can get paint in there and prevent some rust around that area as well. So we're gonna move on to something else. So if you guys remember, I bought this toolbox, and in there actually came this piece of chain, which is super convenient because I never hooked up anything to the bottle here, so it's kind of just dangling on there. Right now this thing doesn't get moved around too much, but it is just kind of scary to have 2,000 psi just kind of chilling on here. Also, another thing I did add was this bar inside, so the bottle is sitting on 2, even 3 sides now. So I got some hooks up here, just got some eye hooks and some nuts. I'm gonna drill 2 holes into the side of the box here, and we'll get this bottle chained up. Hey, whoa, sorry. This is me from the future. As I'm editing this video, I realized that in my last video I mentioned how I was able to start welding from the top to the bottom instead of the bottom to the top. And so these are like the clips all around it. I shouldn't have put that stuff in the last video, and I'm getting confused. I filmed a lot and I haven't been catching up with my editing, so some of these clips are a little jumbled between them. So I hope this video still kind of makes sense. Yeah, alright, so, yeah, here you go. Well, here's my first few attempts. I'm sorry, this lens doesn't really focus that close. But, this one isn't too bad. This one I went a little too quick. This one was actually, like, really cold. I had it set to, like, 3/16. That is extremely ugly. Did penetrate like really well, except my puddle, I don't know, just kept falling down. So I guess I gotta move that a little quicker or slower. So much better. That's gonna do it for this video. I actually have like 3 or 4 other videos in the works. It's just like I've only been working 2 hours at a time, and I've just been cutting brackets off, so it's like I can't just put out a video of cutting 1 bracket off. That's kind of stupid. So slow on the videos right now. But you guys, if you follow my Instagram, you saw all those parts that I have stacked up. And I mean, we are so close to the point where all that stuff can start going on. And yeah, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.